Alright guys, good morning. Everyone should be able to see my screen. Yep, new system's going to take a bit to get used to for me too, but I think in the long run it's going to be better. But like anything, when you do a software update, it doesn't always as smooth as you want it to be. Alright guys, let's go to the morning trade plan worksheet for October 18th, 2018. Good morning, MLT members. It's 8 a.m. Central Time, October 18th, 2018. Today is a gift. Let's make it our best. It's time to trade. Put your skills to the test. Trend biases of the prior day. The ES was neutral, NASDAQ neutral, Dow neutral, Russell neutral. Overnight, same thing. Neutral across the board. Shorter term time frame, neutral across the board. And on the midterm time frame, bearish ES, bearish NASDAQ, bearish Dow, bearish Russell. Longer term time frame, bearish S&P, bearish NASDAQ, bearish Dow, bearish Russell. For economic reports at 4:30 a.m., Great Britain retail sales, 8:30 jobless claims in Philadelphia Fed manufacturing survey. At 9 a.m., FOMC Bullard will be speaking. After the bell at 10:30, the EIA natural gas report. 12:15, FOMC member Randall Quarles will speak. So those are all the economic news events for the day. Earnings before the bell, we had a bunch. After the bell, American Express, ISRG, and PayPal. For our previous day's summary in the S&P 500, let's take a look at this. The bell-to-bell high, 28.19 quarter, with the bell-to-bell low all the way down at 27.83 quarter. Settlement was 28.16 quarter, near the top of the range. Bell area high 28.14, bell area low 27.95 quarter. European closes 2800 even. Volume on the session 1,883,000 contracts. Overnight high 28.1475 right at the open. Overnight low 2800 quarter. Floor trader pivot points, support and resistance levels. R4A all the way up 28.88 quarter. R3 28.65 quarter. R2 28.42 quarter. R1 28.29 quarter. Pivot point 28.06 quarter. S1 27.93 quarter. S2 27.70 quarter. S3 27.57 quarter. And S4A 27.44 quarter. S4B 27.21 quarter. Just a reminder for anybody who, if you go to our trade plan and back end of the members section, you can load this up. This is the all four indexes. You can just load the S&P if you'd like as well. But you can see the S&P here. You can see the Dow. You can see the Russell and the NASDAQ in just that one sheet. Custom done every morning by Perry for you. All right, let's take a look here at some other things. For our range, daily range, previous day, guys, 36 points. Median's 38.5. Session was 41, right there at the median. Overnight 20.25, once again at the median, and first hour 20.25, 2. So, lot of just the same. Really, realistically speaking, just right in line of what we've been doing. Index strength percentage change from the settlements for the trading days only. S&P best performer on the prior day, down 0.05%. NASDAQ led the way down as it should have because we got that massive move. It was down 0.5%. 0.5% move in the NASDAQ. Over the last 5 days, the NASDAQ's up 4%. pretty big move. These moves are just like we're going percent a day basically. Pretty big moves. Alrighty. Let's go ahead. I do want to start with oil, guys, because oil is freaking losing it here. Tons and tons and tons of selling pressure in oil over the last 2 days. Now, we did have oil roll. So oil's contract rolled here. We are now trading the CLZ18 contract. CLZ 2018 contract. Alright, just to be clear. Now, I do want to back out on the weekly chart. I do not really have any support for quite some time. It is possible we get back to one of two levels. One being 63.67. The other just being this 38% retracement retest at 66.79. 66.79. So that is still, a full dollar below we get support. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this, but this is a really nice breakdown. So I'm gonna mark up this 66.79 for first. So 66.79, that's gonna be an important level. My alert's gonna be 5 ticks in front of it, 84s, and then below that 63.67. Okay, that is the higher time frame. 50% retracement of an extension that is held multiple times. This extension began in 2017, and if we break it, that is a major trend being over. Now, this 76.62 level, I mentioned it when it traded. If you go back, I'm gonna have to go back like literally 5 years to show you this level. This was the beginning of the move down. Basically the week of Thanksgiving. And that was 2014, I believe. 2014, which is kind of funny thing. But I remember having a conversation at my Thanksgiving dinner table that week talking about oil prices moving lower, because the range of that move in 1 week in oil was $11.33. $11.33. That was a leg start on the weekly chart. That just goes to show how important owning these codes are, owning this indicator I built. I would have never known that if I didn't have this indicator, the leg start indicator here that you see, part of the MLT indicator package. We ran right into that, guys. It's been a complete rejection, and we're going to continue to fall into one of these two levels. Now, if these levels do not hold, guys, that is going to be the end of a pretty significant uptrend here that's been going on in oil since June of last year. So since June of last year, we have just been ripping here in oil, holding every pullback. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. We finally hit that major level, getting some serious rejection here. So let's talk about this smaller time frame. How can we take advantage of this? There's a couple levels that I do think eventually will come into play, but I'm going to talk about the sequence that exists right now. The low of last Thursday to low is basically what we held going into the close. We have completed those targets. That same anchor new low is what I'm going to be looking for. 69.33, 69.33 and 69.57 are those resistance zones. Okay. Yesterday I talked about the 69.57 acting as support. It would ended up being the low of the day, and then we rallied. It was a tradable low. Once we broke that, it was lights out for right now 90 ticks. So that's pretty significant. Couple other levels we want to be aware of. Let's see here. Low to low. The low of last Monday to low. I want to be aware of that 38 and 50% retracement. 50% retracement is 70.86. Gonna create an alert. Where are you? Create alert. 70.34 and 70.86. The moving average, I don't use them for anything but a visual reference. I mean, to be honest, they're just on my screen. I don't really use them. I don't use them for an entry. I don't use them for an exit. I'm all price. All right, guys, for the Russell here, my golly, let's see, there was this extension. This extension is broken here. And we can go back to this one. I just want to see if this held. There was an extension prior. This is the extension that led us lower. It was 1656.6 to low. This led us lower on that wave down last Wednesday. That same anchor new low looks to be where our resistance is coming from. So I will just keep that up on my chart. As far as support and resistance levels go, above us, I have a leg start from Wednesday at 1607. Above that, I have a traditional halfway back. There will also be a completion at 1614.2. The two levels I really like in the Russell right now are one, resistance at 1621, which is the full halfway back from the high of the month to low. And then the other level I like is marked off with this gray box at 1563. The low of last Friday, too high, is just above that. Okay, is just above that. So I'll actually get rid of this. Get rid of that. So I do want to be aware of that zone. Now, one of the things that we could just happen right in the morning, guys, this is a pretty light offer. I mean, the overnight session is neutral, right? It's not bearish, it's not bullish, it's neutral. The low from that dip at 10 o'clock in the morning too high is going to be coming into play. So that would be really the first thing. The first thing that I would anticipate to be support. We'll have to see if that holds. Okay, if that does hold, guys, we start getting bid above 1693 here. That's really what I'm looking for. A bid above 1693 should take us up into the next resistance level at 607.8. So if we can clear 1693 here, look for a move above to 1607.8. That's what I'm going to be looking for. All right. Let's see, going the wrong way. Here we are. S&P 500, higher time frame halfway back, lows of last week on Thursday to high, marked up with this green level, very significant. When and if it does trade, pay attention. And then also I have a couple of resistance levels above as well. Let's see here. If we can clear 20, we need to really clear this 28.24. 28.29 is the full halfway back short from highs, but I just don't see it sticking. I do like a second test of this zone right here for the S&P. We had a leg start there yesterday, so that is between, call it 27.90 to 27.85. That is, 5-point wide zone, but we're trading 50-40 point days, so it's not that big of a zone. We have a leg start. It's a retest. I have an alert set there, so I'm looking at this zone here, call it 27.89 to 27.85, and then below that, if that does not hold, 27.69s. Above, we're going to need to clear 28.18 to 20. I mean, there's going to be a lot of different resistance levels, and we're gonna have to see. Like Tuesday, we went straight through every single resistance. I just don't think that'll happen. So I do think we'll have a tough time getting through the 28-22. So if I do end up getting long the lower end of the range, I will most definitely not be looking for a breakout there. Just be looking for more of a range trade. If we break out, fine. I don't care. I'm not gonna miss it. Gold. Same level's been holding here, guys. Held yesterday, traded again here today, and traded again. I'm looking for gold to get above. Like, we are just one of these days. It might be today. We're gonna get above these resistances, and we're gonna begin to trend in gold, and we are gonna run up to a 1245.2. So we continue to make lower highs here. And lower lows, but when that trend breaks, as long as we continue to hold this sequence, guys, there will be a reversal breakout in gold. I'm just keeping an eye on it. Right now, the support's holding, the resistance is getting reacted off of. When resistance or support breaks, then we'll look for a continuation of the trend, but right now, it is a range trade. Do not look for a continuation unless we can break. For the Dow here, guys, the full halfway back, it's Monday's low. So low of the week, too high. That's what we stuck yesterday. I do want to go to an hourly chart here. Once again, we did have a leg start off of that level. So if we do retest, that will be something to pay attention to. That level, that leg start begins at 25,522. So that is what I would look at. Now, we are sitting on basically a third test of this halfway back long, so I am in no rush to want to buy this. We had one test at close, nice clean rally. We had another test. We continue to get weaker and weaker in here because we're making lower lows, lower highs. I would be interested if we can get down to that bottom end of the range, and what I will do is I want to bring my little box up there. But that would be the first zone that would interest me. And other than that, really the full halfway back from the lows of last week on Thursday. Too high. That level is going to line up with the 61.8. That level is going to line up with the 61.8 of this current draw. And that's going to be right here, guys. 25,337. I'm just going to highlight this zone with a green box. We may or may not get down there today, but if we do, I'll be looking for potential buyers to step in. As far as resistance goes, 25,929 full halfway back, really important level I'll be watching here. All right, and then for the Nasdaq, there's an extension. This would probably be one of my favorite trades if we set up in this, a new low down into, call it 7,200 is the next halfway back. The Nasdaq was the most aggressive move up. The low of last Friday, too high, is where that green zone, it's the previous high we broke out of. That is what I'm paying attention to. This resistance box above is the area we broke down. So right now I'm looking at 7,200. If that does not hold, I think we could go back to the bottom of the range. But that's going to wrap up my morning trade plan, guys. For everybody who's in the MLT Discord and part of our membership, I will share my levels with you guys in the room so you can populate them onto your computer. Thank you for watching the MLT Morning Trade Plan. If you enjoyed this content, please give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're serious about learning to trade and would like to be taught by me, you can check out our courses on our website. And remember to pursue with passion, remove self-doubt, and succeed with effort. Take care, guys. I'll see you in the trade room.